now for the next episode. Let's get it.
What do you girls think of the concert?
I just have one thing to say. Lose the jackets, boys. Come on.
Really? Oh my goodness.
They were all sweaty. They need the circulation.
Yeah, plus they need to show off how much they've been working out.
Oh, I know. They really do, because Army is here for it. There really were so many little nuggets in that performance. I mean, where to start? The remixes. Let's start there with the remixes. I feel like there were enough remixes there to keep a Bangtan club going all night. They just made
Definitely.
me want to dance.
Yeah, I love the arrangements. They did a great job.
Yes, they were fabulous. And just when you thought you'd heard all of your songs delivered in the same way, they just add something new. Just, there's no limit to what they can do with the arrangements. So hats off to the producers. They filled our
I agree.
buckets.
I thought it was great. So for me, because I became an Army later than I would say most of the fans, but although during the pandemic they did gain a lot of fans, I don't know, I just felt that sense of validation of being a true Army to appreciate those biggest hits of their songs from previously, that I actually got to see it and enjoy it as a true Army now, versus when I didn't know much about them at the time and I just heard their songs in passing. I loved it in that sense, and I thought it was really neat how they were all meaningful songs as well, because I really loved how they said at the end that they really tried to have a set list that included all 7 of them, and to me that shows like their strongest bonds together, that they can definitely conquer anything if they have all 7 of them together, holding on to each other tightly. So I just love that about them. So I really love the concert. I don't know if this is going to be how the LA concerts will play out, but either way, I'm grateful regardless, because I liked all those old songs, and then how they incorporate the new ones as well. I really enjoyed it.
I loved it. I thought it was awesome. They looked great. I loved all the songs they performed. And it gives me a taste of what's to come in December. And I'm really excited for the people who have not seen a live concert. I am more excited for them to see what it's going to be like. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. When they perform So What at the stadium, it is something else. It's out of this world. Will you agree with me, Jessica? I love So What.
I 100% agree. Baby Army or brand new concert Army, just be prepared not to sit. The only time you are going to sit is going to be during the intermission. When Junie lies to us and says, this is the last song, don't believe him, but it will go dark for a bit. And then it'll just be the stadium with, the chants of BTS, BTS. That might be the only time you sit. And maybe in the very, very beginning, when they show the music videos and everybody's singing along, you'll be sitting. But the concert itself, you're not going to sit. You're going to be dancing the whole time, even when they're not singing anything that you can dance to. Although this concert seems to be just like a dance party, you're not going to sit.
Yeah, so I will advise anyone who, prone to have some pains in the knees and the joints, please take some Tylenol. You will need it.
Okay.
From experience.
Speaking of pains in the knees, okay, when Jen said that, well, he's 30, and I'm like, oh, sugar plum, just you wait. Just you wait a few decades from now when things start to hurt. You have no idea. Oh, sweet Jen. I had to giggle at that part because this old Nuna is like, oh, kids.
Oh man. I was really happy they did Disease, and yeah, just some of the songs I wasn't expecting. That was really great. Yeah, their outfits were amazing, and JK's new hair color, and yeah, they looked great. There were a lot of missing buttons, missing undershirts. It was great. Jimin's outfit
single
was
button
amazing for
jacket
Black Swan.
was perfect. I saw somebody post on Twitter that little button is just such a strong little soldier.
Right, exactly. So
you know,
true.
and that could be a yay or a boo. Strong soldier punk.
Went well with JK's crop jacket.
Oh, that was amazing, wasn't it? That was really nice. Yeah, it was just really nice to see the set and have a sense of what it will be like when they do the shows in LA. And it was 2.5 hours, but I figure with, I mean, unless they don't change the set list, I'm thinking it might even still be 3 hours if they have translators and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, they usually run about 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I hope the double-decker bus, if they do have the double-decker bus in LA, I hope that it goes down from the stage, the main stage, to the thrust stage, you know, because I feel like it should have been moving. You know?
It was moving a little bit, but not a lot.
Yeah.
What I thought was good about the thrust stage ramp is it looked like it was flat this time rather than being on an angle. So that makes it possible, like you're saying, for that to successfully make it to the thrust stage and back.
Right. Because we would love to see that.
That would be nice.
Only Tay could make sitting in the chair so sexy. He was
That was
owning that
awesome.
chair. He had, even without the dancing, his stage presence and the visuals. Oh, who knew? I just wanted to go up there and kiss his ring or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was so funny that, yeah, I guess, yeah, when he was kind of by himself, and then all the guys were like, "Oh my gosh, you look like a boss." And then all of a sudden, when they started approaching him, he went from looking like a boss to like getting all tiny and everything. I was like, "Oh,
his duality."
I know, it was so cute.
The only thing missing was a little Tata Mike, you know, when he does his little head thing, when you know he's like feeling tiny.
Yeah, and Jin liked that chair as well. That was a nice
Yes, he
break to be
did.
able to sit in that chair.
Probably reminded him of his gaming chair at home. I love that he came out wearing a bow. That's so Jin.
Yes, I love that. He's like, "I'm a gift to Army," and then he
Yes.
goes, "I'm just kidding." I'm like, "You are not kidding. That is so
No,
true."
he totally is a gift to Army.
Okay, can we talk about JK's sound check outfit? Because I can't stop talking about it. I cannot stop thinking about it.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I wasn't at sound check, so you guys are going to need to fill me and other Army in.
He looks so good from top to bottom. He looks really, I don't think I've ever seen him look this good. So that's, in as many outfits as I have seen him, that's the best one for me.
I just sent some pictures in the chat, Jay.
Okay, must look.
We were hoping he'd take the jacket off. He had a mesh tank top on.
Oh, I can see that. He looks like he's been working out. This one full body pic of him, he looks very thick, like Junie thick. Wow. Yeah, that gets a big thumbs up from me.
Mm.
Okay, I'm sorry, Junie's hair was giving me Rap Monster throwback vibes from like their debut, right? I thought that was
Totally.
awesome.
Yeah, just not to the extreme.
Well,
The
yes,
debut.
yes. Like I'm glad he kept his hair like his own natural hair, but like the little cut ins that they did. There's something I love about their whole little retro vibe that I'm getting or that I got today. That even their VCRs were so amazing. Whew. That
Yeah.
first one.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, the VCRs were definitely amazing. I was trying to figure out what their VCR would be like, and it turned out great. But I also thought it was really cool how with all the ink and everything, it reminded me of Diwali. Yeah, and I thought it was just so colorful and pretty. But it's there's like a sense of happiness and then a sense of seriousness and then happiness all together again.
Yeah.
So I thought it was
Crystal,
really
it's so funny you should mention Diwali because when they came out, I don't what song were they playing where they had like the color bursts in the skyline. I was like, oh, that's what it made me think of,
Mhm.
which is really cool.
And how come I did not see that? You know, being where I am from, we celebrate that down there also. So I'm surprised I didn't catch that.
It was in the VCR with
Yeah, I
Jim.
mean, I didn't connect it with Diwali
Oh,
coming
gotcha.
from where I am from.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
But I really liked how BTS had utilized that in their VCR and made it all colorful and wonderful and happy.
I like the Bad Boy VCR, the first one too.
Where
I liked the
Tay,
extreme that we went to. Yeah, that was great.
when Tay revealed the paperclip in his mouth and just his whole swag, his whole demeanor, like, yeah, I busted us out. Ha ha, I undid my handcuff. Like, oh, Bad Boy Tay. Oh my goodness.
I can see why JK thought they were some of the best VCRs they've done. I can see
Yeah.
that because it was just probably so fun for them to film those because they were all together. Because usually in their VCRs, they aren't all together all the
Right.
time. So I thought that was cool.
I found myself being very jealous of the dudes, the non-BTS dudes that made cameos in BTS VCRs. Like, if y'all would have asked me, I could have played, the Western girl in your VCR. Can you keep it down, please?
No, I did think that was really interesting. Those cameos really threw me off. I was like, where'd they come from? And there's
Right.
Who is this nosy neighbor? We are so not used to seeing people with other people with them. That is a surprise when we do see other people.
Oh, lucky folks.
And then we have questions. Who are they? We need to
Yeah.
know. What are
They're
they doing
lucky
there?
individuals.
Why are they?
Okay, the live band. Wow. Somebody on Twitter was saying that that's the band that they performed with. When was it?
In the airport when they were on the screens in the background, is it the same band?
I think
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what somebody on Twitter said. I don't know if it's true, but wow, they were amazing. I love them with the live band behind them in concerts, and it just with this funky kind of vibe that they have going, it just made it even better. The bass just added that extra goodness.
I agree. They were phenomenal.
I really like the gospel singers too. They weren't that prevalent, but you could hear them sometimes in the background.
Yeah,
That was really cool.
it was so nice to see them start with On.
Yeah.
Because
I'm hoping in LA they'll actually have the lab people there, but maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just have their own
Yeah.
people.
Did anyone wanted to gather the feathers to put in a pillow from Black Swan?
Yeah.
That's all I was thinking. I need to make a pillow.
Yeah, that performance itself was just truly amazing. I loved how it started and then how it led to them performing the actual song. I was so afraid that they weren't going to actually sing it. And then when they did, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, because that's one of my favorite songs. But I do agree, Martina, that there were a lot of feathers and I was a little worried that they might slip on them. And I was actually watching the moment when, you know how they had one of those Bangtan videos that came out and how they had started tripping behind Junie. So I had my screen in multi-view and then I did see Junie. He didn't trip to that big of an extent, but there was a little moment there where they almost had a close call and then they followed in the train line. So but yeah, that was pretty fun to watch.
This particular Black Swan arrangement was really just so hauntingly beautiful that it really almost made me cry. Like it was just so beautiful. And then, on the flip side of that is I just wanted to bust a gut because it looked like, a poor black swan had exploded. And that's probably what they were talking about. Like, what just happened, with the feathers everywhere.
Were there feathers on the sleeves, the dancers?
Yes. I thought at first it was like puffy bubble sleeve.
Yeah.
But then when you looked closely, it was feathers.
I really like that. And did we have the flapping of the wings? It was really good. I enjoyed, but I always loved Black Swan. That was a really nice performance.
Yeah, the designers and everyone involved with that did a great job.
They work very hard. They really, really do. They really, really work very hard and always try to do better for the next performance. And they do. They succeed.
I wish we would have gotten all of Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Because we got all of Fake Love, and I was like, what about all of...
That was the best 5 seconds
I know.
ever.
It was so short.
A little bit more.
They teased us.
They did. That threw me off as well because I thought it was going to be like a mix of medleys all together, but then they played just a little bit of Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and then all of a sudden, all of Fake Love. I was like, wait, what's happening right now? But it's okay. I'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I was surprised too. It was nice to see the Fake Love choreo because I wasn't sure if we were ever going to see that again after they stopped doing it, back in 2019.
I think that's what made me really like this concert. It's just I don't know what it was. It really wasn't what I was expecting. And with them playing all those previous songs that, those biggest hits from the past, I just thought, well, this is interesting and I'm enjoying every moment of it.
I think it's going to be so much better with them actually having fans in person. I just think it's going to change the whole dynamic and just make it so much better.
For sure. Yeah, that was the thing too, how their ending comments were talking about, and you know how JK always says, I'd rather die than to live without passion. It's I think I'm sure with the pandemic and everything, a lot of us have felt that too, and I really felt every word that the guys were talking about, how they were losing motivation, starting to lose passion, starting to lose just the stamina and everything that went into everyday life. But basically the only thing that's really holding us all together is being able to see each other again. And so we're almost close to that moment. And so this is my promise to BTS that I will not lose my stamina, my motivation, my passion, because I will hold out until I get to see them in person. And just as much we want them to be happy, I will continue to be happy for them as well. So they don't have to worry about this army.
I do think it's interesting how they aren't talking about the LA concerts in any of their V Lives or speeches lately. I think it's because they don't want to remind the Korean army that they're not seeing them. I feel like they're trying to be, what's the
They're
They're
word?
trying to temper their excitement.
Yeah, exactly. They're not saying we're going to be in LA.
Right.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that just makes the Korean army feel like, we're never going to see them.
I think that's behind some of JK's emotion, because I did notice he was very, very emotional. He didn't get to the point of tears, but I could tell that it was just weighing very heavily on him being at the Olympic Stadium and realizing that local army did not have the pleasure of watching them do that performance live. I'm sure maybe at one point they had thought they could do today in front of people. So I could tell it was very, very hard, especially on JK.
I agree, Jay. You can definitely feel it in his words. Yeah. And yeah, and I can't remember who said this, but they were saying about, well, I know they actually said the word tour. So, so they're doing the best that they can to get to that moment. So I love that that's something that Army can look forward to those lucky armies that can actually go to their tour in the near future, hopefully. So
I
but
was reading that between the lines, 2022 tour. That
mhm,
was my takeaway.
mhm.
I don't know if I'm delusional, but
No.
I think that makes sense that they'll try to do a tour before Jin has to potentially go into the military and all that. So I think that's probably their plan.
They're
Yeah.
testing the waters to see what's going on, how they're going to handle this one.
Mhm.
What will happen from LA concerts. I hope everything goes well.
I hope so too. Yeah.
Take precautions, get vaccinated, or do whatever you have to do to keep and let there not be an outbreak. You don't want that to happen. So I hope armies, if you're not vaccinated, get tested before you come. If you feel sick, do not come to the concert. It's not worth it, because you could put somebody's lives at risk, and that is gonna upset the boys, and we don't want to do that to them, because they're gonna feel guilty.
I was so surprised today that they didn't have the screens with Army on them, which led me to believe, that they had planned on having people actually there, because they had not done what they've been doing with concerts that are online. So, but they didn't even have Army to look at on a screen this time, which was really sad to me. I was like, wow, they're looking at a completely empty stadium without even that. So that was hard. At least when they were outside that stadium in June, I mean, at least they weren't looking at all those empty seats, and they were looking at video screens.
So can you imagine that first concert in LA? I'm jealous of who are going. Yeah, that first concert, I am jealous.
Everyone will be crying. It'll be amazing. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna be a hot mess.
Me
But
too.
it's okay. We'll all be a hot mess together.
Yeah.
It'll be a contest for who cries more, the boys on the stage or us in the stands.
That's true. That's
Woo.
true.
That's fun.
Make sure to take the tissues.
Yes. Oh, they're already in my clear stadium bag. I have my tissues and my cough drops, and yeah, like I'm ready to go. I've already started packing. I think I've decided, that army blanket that came in merch box, what was it, 1 or 2?
Yeah.
Which is a poncho. Like,
Uh-huh.
I think this might have to make an appearance. This is going to live outside of the box for one day.
I thought of that too.
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be perfect to have just in case.
We can't wait for the live shows, the face-to-face, the reunion.
The concert itself is called Permission to Dance on Stage. So we had a feeling, or we knew that Permission to Dance was going to come at some point, and I thought it was great that they put it at the very end so that they can leave ARMY on a happy note, just like at the UN.
I like that they did that too. Originally, I thought, could it be We Are Bulletproof the Eternal? But looking back on it now, it doesn't seem to fit their message of optimism and hope. When they did it during the Mott's One concerts, it was appropriate then because we were all in that dark place and we were all feeling like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. We don't have anything to look forward to. When's this going to be over? And I feel like if they would have played it today, it just wouldn't, we would have made a U-turn from our happy, positive, hopeful feelings. So I think that ship may have sailed for a concert. New music. I feel like by year's end, they're going to make an announcement of the album, a new album that they will be supporting in the 2022 tour.
Or they'll at least hint at it in the MMA or Mama VCRs.
Well, I feel like there may have already been some nuggets in today's VCRs, especially in the one VCR where they had all of their, their whole wall where they're trying to connect the dots to something, some riddle they're trying to solve. I feel like it's all in that room, and I need Detective Army to figure it out because it's there. And I know it has to do with the new stuff because they always have it there in plain sight.
Very
Always.
true.
I guess we'll see. To be determined.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Borahae and Borahae. You can find us on Twitter at Borahae Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook at Borahae and Borahae, and our email is bongtanandborahae@gmail.com.
Until next time, this is Crystal.
D.
Melissa.
J.
Susan.
Tina.
Borahae.